You know what I'm saying? They ain't got none of this to get up and get the job, honestly. So I think it should be more resources. But the people got to get up and want to help themselves. But how they gonna help themselves if they need IDs? It's $30, $20, $30 for an ID. How they gonna get an ID? They homeless. They ain't even got nothing to eat.
city should be taken care of. Like, there's so much money in every major city in the United States that there's people living on the street is ridiculous. Like, I come from Atlanta and we have a homeless population of over 6,000 people. And the winter conditions aren't even like this, you know what I mean? It's dangerous out here for people to be sleeping. And as a human being to another human being, like, everybody deserves a bed, you know? It's not like there's a lack of beds either, you know?
Well, when I was growing up, my life was simple. I mean, I went to school every day. My parents, I never got an opportunity to meet my father, but me and my mother, we had a relationship that bonded us together, but my grandmother raised me. So therefore, my mother was always around me, but I'm more what you call one of them granny kids. And I guess my goal was to become something one day.
Growing up, I never really had parents. I grew up in the country, actually, in Tennessee. I grew up in the hills. I worked in a coal mine when I was about 12 years old. I came to Chicago with my wife 6 months ago, and was working a construction job. Got laid off around Christmas, and we got put out of the apartment, so now we're living in a hotel off the Blue Line. Man, I'll be honest, I never really knew. I was just kind of a drifter growing up. I never really had any kind of set anything I was going to do. I just kind of moved around and took whatever job I could find, and didn't stay in one place very long.
I want to work and get paid to be a musician, get paid to rap, get paid to sing, get paid to give speeches on stage. And I actually chose to start my path coming to the street near the Chicago Theater, Staten Lake, and I tried to focus on why people would go homeless. And my reason is because they wanted to feel like God was closer to them. That even though a lot of people don't care about you, the right ones do.
I feel like the homeless people are just trying to get money like the next man. Everybody got to get it.
If I go through a drive-thru, grab a couple hamburgers, I give them hamburgers, whatever I got at the time. Just walking down the street now, we've hit what is about 4 already, and we've already given out a good amount of money.
I think honestly the mayor needs to get out here and walk up and down the streets and kind of see what Chicago is about. I mean, I used to go down to school here actually at Columbia College, and you know, honestly, there were a bunch of them by our school, and yeah, if I had changed and stuff, I would be getting it out to them when I'd be at school and stuff, just because to help them, you know. I mean, I know we're
being out here on the streets, there's a lot of really nice, kind-hearted people that help and contribute to those that are less fortunate than them. A lot of them have a heart of gold, they really do. And then you have some that look down upon you when you're out here with a sign because they think that you're shiftless, you don't want to work, you know, you're on drugs. Not everybody is on drugs out here. And there are some of us that's struggling to get back to where we used to be. And we do need some assistance. But there are a lot of kind-hearted people that do help. Yes, I've had many people walking to the train, and then just as they get up to me, they'll spit on the ground. Or I've had some that think it's funny, just drop a penny in my cup. And so, if you speak to them, some of them will ignore you just like they don't hear you. I speak to everybody, I smile, and sometimes I think people are afraid that if they speak, they might be committed to give you something. And I think what the problem is that there's so many people out here that's asking for help until they've turned a deaf ear towards those that are sincere and really need help.
I mean, I feel like anybody can do more to help them, for sure. I mean, it kind of goes both ways. They could probably, you know, do a little bit themselves, but I think people who have money and have a home, have a, you know, roof over their head, they probably should help out a little bit whenever they can.
You feel like it's their responsibility?
I don't think we're responsible for him, but I mean, it's just kind of one of those things that treat others as you'd like to be treated, you know. So if I was sitting on the side of the road and I was asking for money, I would hope at least every once in a while I'd get a couple dollars here or there. So I wouldn't say it's a responsibility, but it's kind of one of those things, kind of out of your heart type of things, just, you know, making the world a better place, just helping people out.
How do you feel about the way Chicago feels about homeless people? Like, how do you feel about the word bum? Do you view yourself as a bum?
No, not at all. I view myself struggling right now, you know what I mean? I mean, I've worked all my life. I got trades under my belt. Right now I'm just in a bad spot, like the sign says, I'm struggling.
Right.
As far as how Chicago treats me, decent. I mean, I don't get, you know, spit on or told whatever, you know.
Okay, so
basically they're very, very helpful.
Okay.
So
my name's Darren, 37 years old. I moved to Chicago 5 years ago for a job. I lost my job after about 6 months, moved out to Elburn and taught a couple glass blowing for a year while I was living with a married couple and working for the same married couple, and it's always the third person, you know what I mean? And I soon self-destructed, started back in my bad ways, trying to ease my pain. Lost my mom 6 years ago, which she was my like #1 supporter, and when you lose someone like that, you don't have anything anymore if you're not taking care of yourself like you're supposed to, you know. And so now I've been on the streets for 5 years. 4.5, 5 years in Chicago. I'm an alcoholic, heroin addict. Been trying not to do the heroin because I lost so many friends in the last 2 years. I've lost like 4 or 5 of my best guys.
To death?
Yeah. And it hurts, you know what I mean? I don't see them no more, but I still do drink like a fish, you know what I mean? But that's my only vice. That's the only thing I do wrong anymore. I don't steal, I don't rob from nobody.
Do you see yourself as a bum or the homeless people around?
No, I don't, but I know I really am. You know what I mean? And it doesn't feel good, because I know I got potential. And I know if I had like the $20,000 I needed to get my shop started, I would do it. And that's what I'd be about. I'd be about making money. But I don't have it. I don't have nobody supporting nothing I do anymore. You know what I mean? I've got family with money, but they don't support me. You know what I mean? They look down on me, you know, like I've done something wrong. Like today, for instance, I'm meeting somebody at 1 o'clock that's giving me some canvas and some paint. And I'm not a painter, you know, but I'm going to paint today. know. And he's like, paint whatever profit we make, I'm going to help you to get off the streets. So there are a lot of good people out here. There's a lot of people trying to help, but I think as far as the majority, no, a lot of people are just like, man, you need to get a job. You need to do what you can do. And depression's a bitch, man. It doesn't pick and choose people, man. Either you have it or you don't. I think a lot of us homeless people out here are really depressed. And there's things you can't do about that. You know what I mean?
Stay strong with God.
Oh, well, this situation here, I mean, some people choose it. I mean, you know, they want to take the easy route. I mean, all I could say to some people that are headed this way is just, I don't know. See, I'm kind of here because I don't have nobody to lean on, you know what I mean? No family or nothing. A lot of people got family and things. I don't know. The best thing I can tell people that might be heading this road is just stay in school, man, you know? Keep your head up. You know? Stay working.
The advice I have for them is to pursue your school career, get your degree, try not to jump into getting married or getting committed with a family before you get your life up and going, and have more than one option under your belt so that if one thing don't work, you can always fall on another.
White American, Spanish, whoever you may be, we can do more than kill one another. We can make a difference. We can give something to them less fortunate than us. We can do anything we want to do. Because the mind, if you live in this world 30, 40 years and don't do nothing constructive with your mind, it's just like cancer. It will fail you. I'm telling everybody that's watching this, if nothing else, it ain't about killing one another, it ain't about drugs, it ain't about alcohol, it's about learning something out of life, getting something out of life, becoming something. Make something out of yourself. Stop all this killing. Get what your mother struggled for you to get. Get some of the things your mother and father couldn't get. So one day you're able to give back to them and say, thank you for doing what you done for me, doing what you did to me, because look at me now. Because of you, I'm driving a brand new car, got my own home. Make your parents proud of you. Make a lie at these police. Prove to the police it ain't about going to jail, it's about making that $100,000 a year. Because that's what I went to school to get. That's all I got to say.
What is a bum?